That's a long story, but to make it short, I was always interested in disability and in people of determination. This is what we call them in United Arab Emirates. We don't call them people with disability. We call them people with determination. So I was always interested in disability, and since I was very young. And then I graduated with a bachelor degree in psychology. And following that, I joined a center for disability. And during the time there, I felt like I'm with the kids, but I don't have the tools. I don't know exactly what to do with the kids. And I started to search and teach myself and ask other people, and eventually I found what I was looking for in a center. And it happened that I found that the center is using applied behavior analysis methodologies for treatment. It's a very well-known center in United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi, the New England Center. So I worked there for a long time. It's a research center as well, so everything is ABA by book. And this is how I got into the field. And the moment I went there, I knew that, okay, this is what I am supposed to be doing with the kids. Like, this is, what I'm looking for. I remained working there for a very long time, and even since I was there, I applied for my master's degree, and then I got right into the Florida Institute of Technology program, and I became a behavior analyst afterwards. UAE is considered to be ahead of the other countries in the region when it comes to this field of treatment of people of determination. When we talk about ahead of the other countries, on every single level, on the level of all the stakeholders, starting from the government, starting from the authorities, legislations and laws and everything. And this is not new. The first law for people of determination was issued in 2006. So when we are talking about a country that is young, 50 years old, and since 2006, almost 20 years, back in the time, they wrote a beautiful law for people of determination, and that led to all the great events that happened afterwards. So it is very well monitored profession. Anyone who works with people of determination, he must be licensed through the health authority or the community development authority, and both of them are overseeing all the services provided for people of determination. So you can find occupational therapy and speech therapy and psychology and physiotherapy. All of these are under the direct supervision of the Dubai Health Authority, for example. And on the other side, you'll have all the special educators and all the behavior analysts and registered behavior technician or ABAT, anyone who's certified in applied behavior analysis would be overseen by the Dubai Community Development Authority. The idea here is that we have all the services and in all different types and shapes. So, for example, in Sanad here, we have all the services that is required. We have the residential unit. We have also the schooling program for intensive therapy, and we have also session-based. And this is very similar, beside the residential, because it's not very common here, but mainly the schooling system or the session-based is what we have here in the country and in the regions as well. All the country region or the regions countries. In that sense, actually, we are behind the schedule a little bit because still ABA is not being considered as a health profession or a para health professional. They see it as he's not a medical person, so we cannot, there can't be any relationship with the insurance companies. And this is the case also in all of the region countries. And because of that, most of the funding is coming directly from the families or the parents. Some centers also you will find them, sponsored by the government as well, but those are not a lot. Like only few of them in the country here, for example. But most of the centers are centers that are funded directly by the parents. Only in few cases where we have students from the US, for example, their insurance covers for the applied behavior analysis services. That's a challenge that we are also working to resolve on multiple levels as well. We are connecting and networking with all the decision makers to make a change regarding this because of the need and because of the long waiting lists that we have. I'll give you my experience. I think we have the early centers who pioneered the field in applied behavior analysis in UAE was basically a government-funded centers, and those were the top-notch in the States. And they came and opened an additional branch in the country here. And we learned from the best of the best. And I think just because we started, like in a very high, with very high standards. So I think that kept going. Recently, in the last few years, because of the regulations and everything, so some people are pretending to be giving applied behavior analysis services without being certified or licensed to practice this profession in the country. So that's another challenge that we are facing. But when it comes to how applied behavior analysis is being utilized in the treatment of kids with autism in Sanad, for example, we are first of all, we are providing something also that is not very common in the country. Because of that, after the age of 18, excuse me, after the age of 18, most of the schools would refuse to keep the students with them. Unlike Sanad, in Sanad we are accepting all people regardless of their age, their abilities, the diagnosis, whatever it is. We don't discriminate between the people who need the service. This is why, for example, our oldest student is actually 38 years old, and our youngest is 2 years old. We have different departments, early intervention, elementary, and vocational department, and all of them are working towards, becoming independent, definitely. And in early intervention, for example, we rely heavily on natural environment teaching because we do believe that this is beneficial for the students and it does affect positively their overall skills. We do also use the DTT definitely, maybe to establish a specific skill, but the main theme and the main way of work is based on natural environment teaching. And we have the space and we have the facility that supports our pursuit towards that. The good thing also is that the owner of the sustainable city, which Sanad is part of, is the same owner also for Sanad Village. So we have a city that has 3,000 people living in it, with all of the facilities and different restaurants and shops and everything. Uh, in the middle, there is Sanad inside the sustainable city, and all of the students have access to all the facilities in the sustainable city. So we do take the kids to restaurants, to play areas, to football fields, to tennis field, to swimming pools, to the horse riding. Everything in the sustainable city is accessible by our students, and that also support our programming in order to bring about like more independent behaviors in the students. So also for years I was preparing myself to become an approved coursework provider. Our courses are very intensive. It's a very intensive program. Lots of exams, lots of studying, lots of lectures, lots of reading as well. But we make sure that even, for example, my courses are even more than 280 hours for the QBAs and more than 180 hours for the QSPS. But this is because I wanted to give people also additional things that I found to be very practical in my practice, in my day-to-day practice. So I wanted to move that experience to people as well. It's within the context, but additional and more in details around uh, the task list as well. We do offer our courses in Arabic language currently, but soon also will have English language. The study for the QBA courses take up to 1 year and a half, and the QSPS takes 1 year. With constant exams, and the students are not very happy about it, but they do appreciate it because whatever we learn, we make sure that we retain. And our methodology is all based on applied behavior analysis as well. So we're adopting a personalized system of instruction model, just to make sure that the students are getting what they are supposed to be getting. I would say in Dubai, the biggest issue is, I would say, the the price of the services. The prices of the services, I think that would be on the top of the list, because those services are expensive, and life in UAE in general and Dubai especially is expensive. So you can put that on the top of the list. Definitely, the affordability would be one challenge. The second one is that because applied behavior analysis is a relatively new practice in the country, so the regulation and the laws are still being developed partially, and another part is complete, but it's not completely in effect yet. So that allow for some people to who are not certified to be practicing in applied behavior analysis. Uh, the CDA is responsive definitely whenever we report anything, but we still have that kind of challenge. The other challenge that we have in the Arabic region in general is the the rarity of the Arabic literature in applied behavior analysis. Most of the literature that we have is, if not 100% of it, 99% of it would be in English language. And that's another challenge that we face, because those students that we are teaching currently in our courses, for example, they are learning in Arabic language. The instructions are in Arabic language. So, um, in order for FBAI, or Future Behavior Analyst Institute, in order to overcome this problem, we thought of having a hybrid or a mixed model where we are teaching applied behavior analysis, but also teaching English in the same time, which makes the program unique. But in the same time, also, it prepares the students so they can actually have the confidence to open an article and read it and understand what it is about, because this is our regular practice. We always go to research. Yeah. So yeah, this would be the other challenge, and the last challenge for the families here as well. I would say that UAE has made it difficult for the families who has a child with diagnosis or disability to travel somewhere else, because the country here became 100% accessible from anywhere to anywhere. um, Makes it easy for for the parents to move around and do things and engage in activities, and become a normal member of the community with ease. Now the families, when they travel any other countries, they feel like, okay, we can't do much because things are not as accessible as Dubai. They even have, and I'm honored to be a member of that committee. We have a committee that work on a project to make Dubai the most accessible city for tourism for people of determination from across the world. They want by 2027 to make Dubai the first destination in the world for people of determination to come and visit. So we are working on everything. So we are spreading awareness. We are checking and inspecting all the facilities, all the places, public places, just to make it disability friendly places and make sure that it would accommodate any type of disability. Amusement parks, general places, general beaches, everything, the airports, the amenities for the government, everything. We're inspecting everything. The biggest challenge currently is the very small number of behavior analysts who are already certified, because the number is not big. So it's hard to bring other professionals to come and be part of the program that we are delivering and all of this. So the biggest challenge would be the amount of work that I have to do on daily basis, for example, or the amount of work that I have to engage in on weekly basis in order to accommodate a high standard type of education for the students that I have. Um, it's the lack of support that we have, but it's not anyone's fault. Like this is the circumstances, because we are pioneering this field in the Middle East. So this is part of our mission. It's not only going to be that we are delivering services for the students and for their parents. It's also, there is another part of the dissemination. There is another part of taking responsibility. It's another part of even monitoring our own actions, because we need to grow. We need to have a good name, and we need to be known and trusted. And in order for us to be able to do that, we have to deliver what we basically preach. We are talking about the most researched, the most effective type of therapy there is. So we need to, play to that level. It's not going to be less than that. And with the lack of time that we have and support, of course, I think this represents the biggest problem for us. However, with that said, I want to say that I am proud of all of the students who are currently studying with us. We have a wonderful two groups, and we are looking forward for all of them to become certified, so they can take a role and take a part in this organization. We are doing this for them, and I believe in institutional work, and I believe that they all of them are going to be taking parts in this organization as well. we have had a lot of fun during that time. We had multiple projects, I remember, and in the very beginning, that during that time, I took 1 year off as vacation. I just wanted to take some time for myself. Yeah, I remember that I was in Egypt during that time, and I got contacted by Qaba, and then I started to research, and I learned about Qaba, and this is how I became affiliated with them. And soon after, I became a member of the International Standard Committee. During that time, we had a wonderful group from all over the world. We used to meet on a monthly basis to discuss how can we enhance the processes, how we can enhance policies, how can we enhance our papers. There was a lot of translation work as well. I remember I was honored also to be part of the psychometric analysis group that worked on Qaba, the QBA exam as well. We were there when we became ISO certified as well. I was part of the International Standard Committee. The support that I found from my colleagues as well in the board is unprecedented, and we had colleagues from Japan, from India, from Italy, from all over the world. It was like a small family, and we were working a lot on multiple projects. And honestly, I am also very proud also of the current International Standard Committee group, because they are doing a great job as well, and I'm following the changes and everything. And this is what is expected. Like we had to start in somewhere uh, in 2019. We have vision and we have understanding of what is missing, what do we need to do in order to enhance everything. And we already formulated the plan, and the plan is being followed currently, and will continue to be followed as well, and we will grow. And I believe that Qaba is going to be um, the number one board for applied behavior analysis in few years to come, inshallah. I already spoke to Kaba about this before, but I want Kaba to have a permanent uh, headquarter in the Middle East. I want Kaba also to um, have its own annual in-person conference, one maybe in the Middle East and one in the States or one in Europe. We want to see um, enhancement also in the task list topics. We want to see also enhancement in the testing and questions. In the also revision for who is becoming an approved coursework provider. All of these things, I think that we will have to consider, but I see Qaba as the board to go to when we are discussing applied behavior analysis. Currently, there are 3 boards. Without mentioning the names, it's known, but Qaba has gone a very long way. I think we have a great opportunity here. Whatever the things that we need to work on, I think it's doable. I think it can be done, and I'm very, very excited for the future of Qaba, honestly.